Alright, welcome back to Technobabylon. In the last video, we killed that guard through the wall as Regis with the bolt gun, and we went in, confronted Miss Vargas, who Regis didn't know was Miss Vargas, by the way, just so you know. And then Lau and the maid, that's, oh, I love that. I love that so much. They came on the aerostat and then kicked the mindjacker's ass. So now let's see if we can maybe interface with this. Because Regis couldn't do it, and Max obviously will be able to. Oh, she was walking into the wall for a second there. Oh, from Galatea. You misunderstand. The aerostat uses non-flammable listing gas, not inflammable. These two are opposites. The turret or any other gunfire will not cause an explosion of the gas. Alright, okay. And that was sent to, yeah, some god, whoever was using this terminal, I guess. Cobalt Actual. Cobalt is the guy who we knocked out in the security place. D. Colleague. Cremation and inhumation for Ethan Drummer. Formerly Cobalt 6. Ah, okay, so that's just their general code name, okay. Alright. Cobalt 3. Yeah, the aerostat's a floating pile of garbage, but it's safer than the last job. What was the last job, I wonder? If Doc wants you to fix something, you fix it. Control for the flaps has been wired through the 4 junction points in the lower hallway. Right. Following surveillance, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so for the 4 junction points. So have I got to remember where they are now? Because I don't have the goggles. Can I go in there now, maybe? I'm going to save out here. No, don't load. Don't load. Save. The goggles. The goggles. Yeah, there was actually the goggles do nothing joke when I tried the goggles outside of the aerostat. If I remember, I'll enter that in here right now. Alright, now that that's been edited in, if I remembered, then yeah, it was funny. Little jokey reference.
Hey, stop! What the hell's going on in here? Regis!
There's a body. The man's apparently taken several industrial rivets in the back. You're not sure you want to imagine the circumstances that led Regis to this. Yeah, I suppose. Regis has been incapacitated. He's conscious but apparently paralyzed. The number of specialized wetware substrates throughout the room gives you a clue as to how they might have done it. And the girl? The poor girl's unconscious. You're not sure what they were doing to her in this lab, but there have always been rumors about the unethical private contractors abducting thralls off the street for research. Though somehow this... Yeah, they're really strongly hinting that she's his daughter, obviously. Okay, so what can I do here? Terminal? Locked. Apparently this terminal will take a little breaking before it reveals its secrets to you. Can I get the things off him?
Regis, can you hear me? Better figure out how to fix you.
No, I want the goggles though.
Regis, can you hear me? Better figure out...
I want the goggles off him. Can I interface with it? Oh, I actually can. Okay. Oh. He certainly looks like Dr. Baxter, according to the background reports you were given. Even if it weren't for the fact that you'd stored the image in your wiring, you'd remember this face anywhere after his escape at Animus. For a man about to pulverize someone's head with a claw hammer, he looks remarkably cool and confident, although this is just a step in a larger plan. Dr. Baxter's body sits slumped in the chair, apparently the recent victim of a mindjacking attack. Ah, okay. He looks a lot more complete than when you last saw him, though, because he's got his head still on. Alright, okay. Oh, so that's just the exit of this simulation or something.
Excuse me?
Hello there.
What?
Who are you?
Allow me to introduce myself, my dear. My name is Dr. Baxter. I operate the cataloging station.
Baxter? Dr. Adam Baxter?
I believe so, yes.
Okay, aren't you dead?
Excuse me if this sounds a little rude, but aren't you dead?
How do you mean?
Well, Yesterday, I was probing your well-preserved remains at a crime scene.
Oh, yes. You're quite right. I was killed, wasn't I? It's strange because I could have sworn I was the one doing it.
Not the blonde man? The mindjacker?
It was definitely him, no doubt about it. One can't exactly commit suicide with a hammer, can they? I'm aware that I was murdered, but I have a surprisingly vivid memory of it.
You remember being killed?
You remember being murdered?
Not precisely. It's as though it were an out-of-body experience. I have memory of watching the hammer striking from above. My hands, his hands, so bloody. It's all very peculiar, isn't it?
And you see no difficulty between being dead and talking to me.
That is most odd.
Do you know a Dr. Regis?
I know two, in fact. Charles and Viksha. I killed Viksha, didn't I?
So I've heard.
It's very peculiar. I remember that I did it, but I can't recall the deed, nor my feelings on the matter.
You feel nothing?
I know I ought to. An act such as that would be emotionally weighty, but all that remains is an absence. Do give my regards to Charles if you see him, though.
Yeah, I will. Do you remember who killed you by any chance?
Can you remember who killed you?
It was the blonde gentleman, wasn't it? Though I can recall it in the first person, I'm certain it was him.
How so?
He was my only company in the room, and I do not recognize him. I also realize how absurd the idea of my having committed this murder would be.
Okay, do you know why? Obviously to frame Regis, I think, and set everything into motion and get him going there or something.
Do you know why he murdered you?
At first, I don't believe it was to have been a murder. This gentleman had larceny in mind. I recall his feeling so.
Mindjacking. He was stealing the contents of your neural wiring, your brain.
Quite so. I was, after all, a leader in my field in the day. And while my memory was doubtless useful to him, he found something unexpected. A well of motivation, suppressed by years of therapy and technological intervention.
Your anger against Regis.
He took my mind. No doubt he acquired that as well.
So when he took his mind, then he became obsessed with getting Regis, the mindjacker became obsessed, that is. Okay.
How do you feel about Dr. Regis? Charles Regis?
I feel nothing, particularly. I regret his decision to remove the embryos from the program, but...
Nothing else? No anger? No revenge?
None at all.
Maybe it's the influence of the neural governor on your behavior.
By no means. The weight of that cruel apparatus has been lifted.
I guess because you're no longer attached to it.
And yet, I feel nothing that would warrant it.
Alright, so why would anyone keep that... Oh, yeah.
Why would anyone want to keep that part of your mind? What use would someone have for your desire for revenge?
Perhaps it isn't a matter of his need as the desire's need. Though suppressed by the governor, my thoughts on the matter were all-consuming. Now they have found a conduit through which they may act.
The mindjacker isn't in as much control as he'd like to think then.
Yeah. Yeah, what's death like? Tell us about that lovely subject.
This might sound like a really stupid question, but what's death like?
I can see why this would be a useful matter for scientific curiosity. In my case, I'm afraid it's probably not representative. After all, can I really be said to be dead when my memory, my consciousness lives on?
I suppose all you could remember would be the physical destruction of yourself.
And that, most assuredly, was a great discomfort.
Yeah, I kind of expected that.
Thanks for the help.
You are most welcome, my dear.
Okay, so can I talk to the mindjacker? Even if it weren't for the fact that you'd store the image... okay. So that's just like examining him again. And that's that again, so there doesn't seem to be anything else here that I can do, so let's get out. I'm getting an endgame feeling, I have to say. I've been very wrong about that frequently recently, though. Can he interface with the wetware and fix Regis, maybe?
That's not going to help him get moving again. Wetware's not going to connect with that.
Well, since it's wetware that's doing this to him, presumably I could interface with that wetware and then disable it?
I've got my own. Regis's wouldn't work for me anyway. They're signature weapons.
Are the goggles somewhere here? No, apparently not. Anything on the body? On the body you find his unusable weapon and the communication gear that hooked into his neural wiring. Can I get... No, apparently... Oh! Aha! Nice hint, game. Nice hint.
Their comm system. Now it thinks my traveler's part of their network.
Okay, so can I use my traveler to do something?
Cobalt 3, this is actual. Do you, copy? Over.
Cobalt 3, standing by.
Report your status.
Cobalt 3, what is your status?
UAV has deployed, awaiting further updates.
Copy that.
Oh.
Stand by for updates, Cobalt 3.
Copy that, actual.
Okay, I'm gonna save here because I suspect some of those things might be very bad. Orders and such. Right, so let's call him again now.
Cobalt 3, do you...
Cobalt 3.
And say, abandon the mission.
Cobalt 3, mission is compromised. Scrub the operation and return to base.
What? Negative, actual. Ill sitrep shows objectives not compromised.
Damn, worth a shot.
Surely that's gonna make him suspicious now, isn't it?
Cobalt 3, hostile sighted to starboard side.
Copy that. Already in position for intercept.
So he's on starboard. I don't know where that is or what side that is. I'm really, really not a sailor person.
She's out of it.
Anything I can do?
Regis like that.
Ah, okay. Effectiveness report. Thyroactinase 414B. The use of a wetware-based incapacitating agent has proven fortuitous. In the course of his work, Mr. Kressel has found the 414B wetware to be effective at subduing the targets while retaining consciousness, but also acts as a primer for the extraction process. The choice of wetware rather than conventional chemical paralytic... Chemical? Yeah, did I say chemical? I don't know. Also enables a much less precise delivery vector suitable for covert work. The only downside thus far has been that 414B's susceptibility to wetware's inherent weaknesses, e.g. temperature and bodily rejection. Temperature. Can I jolt him out of it, maybe?
That's not going to help him get moved. As much as I love shocking things, I don't think it'll help.
I like shocking things as well.
Regis, can you hear me? Better figure out how to fix you.
Okay, so temperature. A large terminal connected to both the cradle for the memory module and the bed. Looks like it's still running a trance simulation. Is there something else in there now? No, it's not. It's just this again. Can I go up here? It's going to say I can't leave Regis alone or something, isn't it?
Locked.
Oh, it's locked. Okay, well...
I can't leave Regis like that.
So how do I fix them then? Isomer! That's the thing that gets rid of wetware! Ah! Or breaks it down.
Oh, my head.
Thanks, Max. Great job saving my ass and everything.
Yeah, and sticking me with an injector. You suddenly a medic?
Just a lucky hunch. You going to fill me in on what's going on here?
Later. Update me on the immediate situation first.
Well, the bad news is I saw someone escape through the hatch at the top of that ladder.
Damn. It sounded like she was one of the ringleaders of this plan.
On the other hand, our newest recruit just made her first caller.
New recruit.
Oh yeah, you're going to love this.
I do love this. What?
Ugh, damn it, I don't believe it.
It ran out of charge again, didn't it?
She must have overexerted herself. Damn it, I had him right here.
Whoa, what's happening?
Whoa. And we're taking off. Yep.
The aerostat's taking off.
Where are they taking it?
It doesn't matter. Wherever it is, we need.
You
Oh.
alright, Charlie? I'm not sure how much of that stuff I was supposed to give you.
I'll be fine.
You're in no fit state for any more trouble. Stay down here, try and figure out what they're doing with the girl. I'll find a way to the upper deck.
Oh man, the maid ran out of charge.
Chantel? Damn! I'll see if I can get her up and running again once this is all resolved.
I wish the chefy personality was still in her. Or was it? Yeah, I think it was, because that wasn't the French maid voice, was it? It was chefy. Okay, so I need to be able to see these junction points, but I can't. Give me your goggles.
Hey, Regis.
Yes, Dr. Lau?
Ah, okay. I'm gonna go through all these.
You feeling any better?
A little. How did you know to come to my rescue?
I broke their comms channels. Figured I owed it to them. Cracked the bug they put in my system and rode the signals back to theirs.
I'll never be able to figure out how you do these things, Max.
Which guarantees my job security.
Yeah. Okay, so what's going on?
Can I get an update?
We need to get after the people running this aerostat and this conspiracy. I'll see what I can do for this girl.
And these people, who are they?
So, Nita Jiang led us to these people. She's helping us find whoever set you up for Baxter's murder, right?
There's that. And Max, I haven't been completely honest with you.
There's a surprise. Dr. Cryptic has been withholding info.
Ah, cram it, Lau. These people, they took something from me. Embryos fertilized by myself and by Vicky, my wife.
Yeah.
These people stole your embryos? Your kids?
They needed me to get their memory module for them from Vanderwall, and they knew exactly what my price would be.
Wait, they tried to get you to help them?
They forced me, Max. There was no way I could say no. Those embryos, they were all I had left of her. And because of those people, of all this,
Yeah, it's understandable.
I hate to say it, Regis, but I kind of understand.
they asked me to do terrible things for the return of the embryos.
Whether it's because they're linked to Viksha or because you're their father, I don't even want to think of what I'd have done in your position.
The embryos are gone. He destroyed them.
Regis, I'm sorry.
There's nothing left. There's nothing else he can twist me with. All we can do is bring that monster in. For them.
Well, there is something left.
Nina's led us right to the Mindjacker?
He was the blonde one Chantel took down. I heard him gloat about what he'd done. He stores the target's information within his own wiring until he can offload it.
Looks like he's got quite an operation behind him. I guess it's not surprising he's been robbing synapses all over the world. Gotta be for something more than corporate espionage at this rate.
Yeah, but... Oh.
So, the Mindjacker tried to blackmail you because you're on this case?
It's more than that. It sounded personal.
Maybe you've crossed paths before?
No, not with him. But the way he talked, it was like he was out for revenge. Not just that. It's as if he were Baxter looking for revenge.
That's impossible. Baxter's dead for one thing. Maybe he's his son?
No, he's a mindjacker. When he drained Baxter, he didn't just get information. He got his motivation as well. And it stuck.
Sounds like he got a lot more than he bargained for.
Yeah, okay, so that makes sense. And yeah, it's more complicated than we thought, for sure.
So, we've caught up with our Mindjacker. We know that he's apparently ripped dozens of prominent individuals in a number of fields.
Including Baxter, some of whom is apparently stuck. Question is, what's all this setup?
What do they plan on doing with the data they've stolen? Straight neural data is hard to process. That is, unless you've got an AI to read it.
Whatever it is, it must involve this girl.
Well, they've got Central to read it, haven't they?
Who was escaping through the ceiling hatch? It wasn't the Mindjacker, was it?
No, he's the one Chantel caught, briefly. By the sound of it, the mindjacker's working for her.
His work is part of a larger plan of hers, then?
Possibly. She's the one running this lab, for sure.
Yeah, so... how did he get Chantel here?
Chantal's really pulling her weight in this job.
It's a shame it couldn't hold down Kressel, the mindjacker.
Hey, cut her some slack. She took down 2 heavies on the tarmac.
I'm not going to make any promises about taking her on full time.
You're You're just worried about synthetics stealing your job.
You may as well take this now. You seem to be the maid wrangler.
Oh, excellent.
So, this Kressel guy, the mindjacker, he killed Baxter?
And by the sound of it, ripped the contents of his mind first.
When I saw Baxter's head, I thought that either his killer really hated him.
Like I would. Or he was covering up evidence of a mindjacking by destroying his brain tissue.
It's a theory. Sounds like we might be able to back it up.
Ah, that's good.
So, what do we do from here?
Now we know this is where the mindjacker's operating from.
We need to find out what their plans for all those stolen memories are.
We'd better find out where this aerostat's going too.
The best way of covering all those would be apprehending these people.
Yeah, but how? And yeah, they've definitely got an AI to do the neural stuff. Central, because she's the daughter of the central boss person.
Central's gonna be pretty pissed about this. More than usual, I mean.
Is it working again?
Yeah, we fought off the intrusion.
Damn. I was hoping they'd broken it permanently.
Nah, we could handle it. It was a weird attack, though. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing.
Well-trained hackers. Foreign intelligence?
No, better than that. Like, they were intimately familiar with Central. Then, as sudden as it had started, the attack halted about 18 hours later.
It was definitely coming from inside. It was definitely her doing it, I think. Yeah, so who is this girl?
Any idea who the thrall in Skanto Blue is?
Not a clue. She must be important to their plan.
Maybe she just wandered into their airfield. A useful test subject for whatever this is.
She was at Cell earlier. She'd been targeted. They must be after her for some reason. I'll do what I can to keep her stable.
Do your best, Regis.
What?
She looks familiar. I can't quite place her, though. I guess I see too many thralls.
Yeah, I know, you're really trying to hint that she's his daughter. We know that already, we figured it out.
Dr. Baxter says hi. He seems a lot friendlier than I expected.
What?
Oh, don't panic. It appears he remembers his own ripping and death. Looks like we can be sure he was the mindjacker's latest victim. A significant part of his mind state's been offloaded into this system.
But why did you see him? Why is he in there?
They've been ripping minds and reprogramming the data through a memory module. I guess Baxter's the latest and still has the most independent agency. Doesn't sound like he harbors any ill will towards you, though.
Maybe the neural governor? He wouldn't be able to get angry.
Well, he's dead. There's no governor. I think that this ghost of his in the machine doesn't include that part of him.
You mean, this mindjacker's kept it?
Or just can't get rid of it.
Yeah, okay, so what have you found?
I'll check in later.
What? I didn't see that.
Hey, Regis.
Yes, Dr. Lau?
I said, what have you found?
Find anything useful yet?
Just a length of cable.
Why would I need a steel cable?
You're the tech, you figure it out. I also picked these up while I was finding my way in.
Now that's more like it.
Yes! That's what I need.
I'll check in later.
Alright, so I'm going to have to end the video here because we're running about 23 minutes. So, thank you for watching, goodbye for now, and I will see you in the next one when we'll make some more progress, hopefully, because things have just gotten a lot more complicated again. A lot more involved again, so yeah, thank you for watching, goodbye for now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.